Well, I hope everybody can tell the difference because these are not the teeth that I had on my last update. These are my new permanent bridges and I am in love. I love them. They are perfect. They are just what I wanted. I love them. I couldn't believe it. I went to Vegas on Monday morning. My sister and I left first thing in the morning. We got to Vegas at, I can't remember. This whole week has been a blur, and I'll explain that later. But we went straight from the airport to Dr. Golpa's office for the wax try-in, and I instantly loved them. I mean, I loved them in wax. There was a few things that needed to be changed, and when I get around to it, since I'm kind of winding down for my trip, I'm going to update my blog, and I've got a couple pictures of the wax try-in, but pretty much the only issues I had were the bottoms were still a little bit choppier than I would have liked, like the gum coming up between the teeth, and then this needed to be bulked up just a little bit more. And what else? Oh, the smile was a little gummy, so I smiled as big as I could, like this, and she marked it where it needed to come off, and they set it up higher. So anyways, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I didn't have to go in for another wax try-in. I imagined that I would be going in every day that I was there to do another wax try-in, another wax try-in, another wax try-in, but it was not like that. He got it pretty on point the first go-round. They did it to resemble my dentures, my permanent dentures, the ones that I had before I got the implants, and you can see that they look very similar. As you can see, the gum color is a lot pinker, and that's what I was going for. I really wanted that as close as possible to my dentures, and they really pulled it off. I am loving this. And one thing that I noticed about these that I didn't ask for, but I'm so glad he did, you see the top? How they're kind of staggered a little bit? Like they're set at varying height. See, those come up, those are down, those are up. I love that. I think that that gives them that really realistic appearance. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with these. There is one issue that is not an issue at all, really. I need to go back for a reline. They are, I can't say they're loose because that doesn't sound right. They're not loose. The implants are obviously very secure, but the space between my gums and the bridges has gotten bigger. They used an existing mold, and so this is my tips, or my advice to you guys who are getting this done is you're going to want so bad to focus on the aesthetics of them. You're going to want to just, make sure that they look really pretty and everything like that, but do not forget to take your tongue and run it around the edges. Make sure everything is fitting properly, and talk. If you feel awkward talking to yourself, then bring a book or something, and if you feel stupid talking in front of them, then just ask to be left alone for a moment. Now mind you, if you're doing wax, then you can't leave them in that long because it will warp the wax. I mean, when it heats up from your mouth, it will warp it, so you cannot leave it in for extended periods of time. But you are going to want to try to talk to make sure that you can talk fine, because if the space is too big, it could create air traveling through the bridge and your gums. That's kind of what mine are doing. I'm getting better at handling it. I'm getting better at talking. Like when I first tried to talk with them, it was really funny, but now I've gotten used to it. But definitely gonna want to get a reline so that they're fitting optimally. I mean, but besides that, wow, they are amazing. And honestly, I need to get my bridges from them, the ones that I had before this. I forgot to, which isn't a shock because I actually lost my camcorder there, and that's in the process of being shipped back to me. But anyways, I want to get them so I can show you guys how they're screwed into the implants, the differences between those and these, and just, have the model to demonstrate things for you. But one thing I've noticed that is a huge difference between these and them is the top on the other ones seemed a lot bulkier, like it covered more back there, more area, and now it doesn't. So it feels better, for one, and for two, it's probably going to be like super easy to clean. They said that I was doing a really good job at cleaning, and I was nervous about that. Like, I was really worried that maybe they were going to be gross taking them out, but they said that there was like no particles or anything like that, and that's what I wanted to make sure before I went demonstrating how to clean your bridges, if I'm, just in case I'm not doing it right. But apparently I'm doing something right, so be looking out for that video in the near future. I'm going to demonstrate exactly what I do, the process I take to clean my bridges. But anyways, I wanted to do this quick update to show you guys the difference. I feel so much better. Like, this is, I almost cried. My sister almost cried. Like, she got tears in her eyes. And even like when we were out in Vegas, like out at night and laughing how we do, because we're hilarious and everything, she would just stop and stare at them like, oh my god, like, your teeth look so good. And I feel that confidence that I had before. Not knocking the bridges I had before. They weren't terrible or anything like that, but they weren't what I wanted. They weren't how I had imagined them looking. And now that I've got that, I just feel fantastic. And Dr. Golpa and his staff are really great at working with you on what you want. I mean, you're not going to offend anybody. They want to make sure that you're happy. And my sister was so impressed with them. Like, she was saying that she wants to go to them just to get dental work done, because I was sitting there talking to the tech, and she's kind of youngish, maybe my age, maybe a little younger. I don't know. She was in her 20s, and we were just talking, and I felt like I was not at the dentist office. Like, the way everybody treats you there is like you're just a friend coming there and they're hooking you up with like some dental work. I mean, there's nothing awkward about being there. They're so friendly, and this is like a high anxiety type of situation to be in. Like, you get really nervous in a dentist office, worried about the pain, worried about how they're gonna look at you. And I can tell you, hands down, best dental experience ever. Best experience ever. I have not felt pain in that office. When the tech was taking, or the assistant was taking out the bridges, or no, putting the new bridges in, I had some spots of excessive tissue, like excess tissue or whatever, that were a little bit tender. And so it felt like a little, not painful, but just, I don't know how to explain it. It was uncomfortable. And she would immediately stop and, didn't make me feel bad, like, you're going to have to deal with it, suck it up, hurry up. She felt bad that I felt uncomfortable. And, for any of you who've been to a dentist office, it's kind of like, tough it out. They're not like that at all. They want to make sure that you feel extremely comfortable and that your experience is pleasant. And oh my god, was my experience pleasant? Yes, it was, both last time and this time. I felt a little emotional leaving, because they're so wonderful there. They're so great. And I mean, look, they have restored my smile. It's just incredible. It was an incredible experience. So that was the dental aspect, which is the main reason that I went there, and I feel great about them. We had so much fun in Vegas. It was crazy. Like, my sister is the type of person that's like, she's not like, well, we've only got this amount of time. She's like, how much stuff can we possibly fit into this amount of time? And we did it. We did everything. We did the whole Vegas thing, checking out all the free spots, the hotels, the gardens and fountains at the Bellagio and the Venetian, and oh my god, I loved it there. I loved it, loved it, loved it in Vegas. We rode the roller coaster. Like the first day we got there, how stupid is this? They ordered us food at Dr. Golpa's office, which was really good and really nice of them. And that was all we had eaten. We were so excited about being there. Like, we hardly ate the whole time we were there because we didn't have time. So after we left there on the first day, we went back to the hotel, checked in, got ready, and we bounced. We went and got on a roller coaster. We had not eaten except for that one meal. And then we left there and went to a bar and got some oatmeal cookies shots. I mean, who does that? But we had so much fun. We saw the Hoover Dam, which was amazing. If you are in Vegas for any reason, I would highly recommend you check that out. It's amazing. It's amazing that came from human hands, that was made by man. It's just incredible. That was awesome. I loved that. We saw that. We saw Lake Mead. We went to the Grand Canyon. That was like 4 hours away from Vegas, and so we didn't have a whole lot of time. But we rented a car from Budget Car Rentals, and it was like $30-something a day to rent a car from them. So we went out to the Grand Canyon, and we got there just as the sun was setting. So we missed the actual sunset, but it was still light enough for us to see the Grand Canyon. And we were only able to stay there for about maybe an hour or so. But if we didn't do it then we wouldn't have been able to do it. And so I was glad to at least see it for an hour. And I cannot describe that experience. I could not put that in words. I am a total nature girl. I love being out in nature and seeing the world for what it really is. I mean, I love Vegas and, the cities and everything like that, but I'm I'm more in tune. I'm in my element in nature. And I just had to sit there and just be quiet and just listen. And the wind blowing through the canyon.
It's 12 o'clock.
Thanks. You ruined my moment. The way the wind sounded blowing through the canyon, it was just the most amazing experience of my life. I've lived in Iceland. I've seen the waterfalls there. Of course I was younger. I mean, I've seen a lot. I've traveled, a decent amount in my life, and I've never seen anything like the Grand Canyon. Never. It was that awesome. I cannot wait to take my kids there and let them experience that. If you ever have the opportunity to see the Grand Canyon, we were at the South Rim. Definitely worth it. And we just so happened to be there during National Park Week, so we got in for free. It's usually $25 to get in, but it was just the best experience of my life. And then we started going back to the car when it was night, and the moon, I think it was a full moon. I mean, it looked full to me, and if it wasn't full, it was very close to it. The moon was so bright out and shining in the canyon, and just standing on the cliff at night under the moonlight, I can still picture it in my head, and I'm so glad that I savored that moment instead of getting really worked up about it, because if I'm ever experiencing any kind of stress, that's going to be my new happy place. I'm going to go back there for a little bit. It was just amazing. On the way back from there, we went to, we swung by Route 66 real quick and took some pictures and saw the town and everything. That looked really cool, but we were so tired, so we didn't stay there very long. We also saw Red Rock Canyon, and that was breathtaking. And I even heard that that's not the best canyon, close to Las Vegas. There's one that's even more impressive than that, and I can't even imagine, because Red Rock Canyon was where it was at. That was awesome. We weren't expecting to hike. We didn't know it was going to be that involved there, but so we didn't come dressed for the occasion, but I was climbing boulders in sandals. That's just the kind of person I am. I was climbing all over stuff. I got a serious workout. We got sunburned. We went in to get these with dirt on our feet and scrapes on my knees from the canyon. So anyways, I'm gonna get more video footage up from there when I get my camcorder back in the mail, because I left it in the shuttle that took us back to the airport, but thank God they saved it for us. So one last look, and you guys tell me what you think about these compared to my last ones, and I'm going to be updating as I get the opportunity, so y'all take care.